Hello, beautiful souls. Well, check it out. I'm still celebrating my birthday. And for those of you who said happy birthday that haven't commented yet, I'm working on it. So this is about interdependence. Yesterday, we celebrated independence, right? But here's the thing of it. Is anyone who lives on the grid really independent? I love to go to the grocery store. I love to eat. And so I'm not independent. I don't raise my own chickens. Hey, Meg, I didn't raise the whatever it is that takes to make these balloons. We are actually living a fallacy. We're living the fallacy of independence. And excuse me, I didn't make the mug that holds my tea. I am not an independent woman. I am an interdependent woman. And to me, that kind of feels yummy. It means that you have something to offer me and I have something to offer you. It's that beautiful infinity sign. So let's just do some smudging, clear ourselves and the air of all of the fireworks from last night. 2:35 in the morning was the last time I heard anything. And so I drifted off to sleep after that. But it's going again today. So just put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep breath. Allow yourself to be fully present and available for all that the universe has for you. And today, I do want to talk about the idea of interdependence, because we believe that we have freedom. We believe that we're independent. But if you read, it talks about bananas. I don't grow my own bananas. As a matter of fact, I don't raise my own chickens, nor do I harvest my own potatoes. And so this just wants to keep going. So we'll just keep smudging for a moment. So I am dependent upon. And it's like being dependent on something or someone. It's got a bad rap. But I got to tell you, when I'm sitting my smudge bowl on my desk. My smudge bowl is dependent on my desk to be solid. So we have this idea that I'm independent. I'm different from you. I'm separate from you. But then the call in spirituality is enlightenment and oneness. So there's this dichotomy that goes on in your mind. It's a made-up story. There is no separateness. See my rattle right there? Your food doesn't get inside of you and then go, oh my goodness, I think I'll stay separate. It gets assimilated. It gets absorbed. Oh, listen to the balloons. They're vibrating. Interdependence. Right there. So how many ways can you find today that you are interdependent? If you got up in the morning and turned on your tap, brushed your teeth, well, you didn't make the toothbrush. You probably didn't make the toothpaste. You probably didn't run out and get a bucket of water from the well. So this idea that we're all separate from one another, you can debunk it every time you take a bite, every time you take a sip of tea, every time you turn on the water. We need one another. And that need causes a weaving of the web. Weaving the web. So what can you find today that you're interdependent on, interconnected with? Well, if you're showing up here and you're finding that you feel better afterwards, there's a connection. We are interconnected. My drum beat goes out all around the world. And in my world, it goes out into the universe, raising the vibe to love and above. And no one is exempt, because this drum beat goes through every fiber of every being, radiating out love, interdependence, interconnectedness, for the highest and best or better of all beings. And when there's, oh, thank you for that, when there's something to celebrate, you know, my birthday was in June. Here we are, July the 5th. I'm still celebrating. I'm still alive. And 75. So I think that's a pretty dang great accomplishment. And so I'm going to keep on celebrating. As a matter of fact, what about this? What if you turned your life into a party? What if every day you woke up excited about what present were you going to get today? What gift is the universe going to give you every day? How would you show up differently? Well, you might jump out of bed wondering, I wonder what gift I get today. I wonder what lesson, hi there. I wonder what lesson I can learn. I wonder what the universe has for me. Hang on one second. I'm just going to move my little balloons over. Spaciousness. Oh, look at all that love. Cool. So, if you've been with me for a while, because you know I started this 2.25 years ago, March right there, 2020. And here we are, Zoom 1 year, Zoom 2 year, and we're into the next quarter. You know that I taught myself to drum left-handed. In the beginning, it was faltery. And I appreciate all of your patience for helping me get through that and learn to drum with both hands. Because this constant rhythmic drum beat is soothing. It drops your brain into a theta state. It reminds me that I am interconnected with the eagle on this drum. I'm interconnected with the canoe on this drum. I'm interconnected to all the beings on this drum. And when my beater comes in contact with this drum, there is a frequency that gets sent out. So I encourage you to drum. I encourage you to find your interconnectedness. Years and years and years ago, I had a horse as a guide. And it was one of the only guides that I asked about the name. It's called Marigold. And one of the women in my circle, her parents had a horse farm. And we were going to take a journey to the horse farm. And I get to the horse farm, and there's going to be artificial insemination of a horse named Marigold. the same color as a horse in my journeys. So I had the ultimate pleasure of getting to actually meet in physical form one of my guides. If your guide is a bear, you're probably not going to get, except for going to the zoo, you're probably not going to get an encounter. So this very magical experience really deepened the idea that I have that we're not independent. We rely on one another. And let's celebrate that. Let's not think that it's some kind of a something that, like, oh, you're dependent on that. Well, hell yeah, I am. I don't want to raise chickens. Not interested in that. I grow great flowers and wonderful fruit trees, but no vegetables. I don't want to do that. So in this interdependence, this interconnectedness of all beings, we know this. We know this from the mycelium. We know that the mushrooms have a network and that they communicate. We know that the trees communicate. We have watched experiences and experiments in schools where the kids talk mean to one plant and nice to the other. The mean talk to plant, it doesn't do well. So we know this. So let's take the day after independence to celebrate interconnectedness, interdependence. And maybe there'll even be some fireworks. So find this in yourself. Your lungs and your heart are not independent of one another. Without this container called you would have no need for lungs and heart. But you are dependent on them. And I don't know if you've been noticing this, but I've been noticing that my body wants more movement. It wants more sunlight. It wants more outdoor time. So your mind rides around in your body. And I've been listening to Joe Dispenza recently. And what he says is that your body will follow your mind. What a concept, eh? So when you tell yourself, and I think this is particularly important in diagnosis and diseases, when you say, I have, fill in the blank, well, pretty soon you walk and talk and act like that. But when you say, I'm experiencing the symptoms of a cold, that's very different than I have a cold. So learn to experience the interconnectedness in your very own body. Get your mind in alignment. My goal, having turned 75 now, which just boggles my mind, my goal is 47. So I've set my sights on 47. I started last year. And what I notice is that my mind is following. I want to do more because I've told myself I'm going for 47. Well, what does a 47-year-old do? So you look around and you find some 47-year-olds and you watch and you go, okay, that's it. Thanks for the love. So you get to decide how it is you live your life. And your mind and your body and your spirit Allow them to be your guides. Talk to yourself. Don't wait for someone else. And ask yourself some important questions. Who are you? Who are you? You know, I claim love. I claim love because it's easy. It's way easier than conflict. And then, what do I desire? And sit with that. And then, who do I serve? Because we're all here to be of service to one another. Whether you do your service by showing up, giving me some love, whether you do your service by, you know, being a worker bee, however you give your service, this is what we're here for. This is Earth School. We learn to serve. But the cool thing about Earth School, and the cool new thing about the Earth School, is that we've had an upgrade, right? So we get to decide, how am I going to learn my lessons? What is the lesson? Like, what's the lesson for today? So for me, the lesson for today is interdependence, interconnectedness. I love that. I love to think that I'm connected to all beings. I love to think that my drumbeat goes out there and it helps someone every day feel better. That's my mission, that's my goal, and I'm interdependent and interconnected. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for raising the vibe. Thank you for staying alive. And set yourself some goals. Set yourself some destinations and find out what's the most interconnected way you can do that. All right, and let's bring it home. Getting better with my left hand every day. All right, so celebrate your life. Celebrate your life. Go and get yourself some balloons. You know, years ago, I vowed that I would always have cut flowers. Well, I have so many flowers outside that I don't need to cut any right now. But love on yourself. Love on yourself. If you love flowers, if you love chocolate, get yourself some. Don't wait for someone else to fulfill your desires. We're here to live in happiness. Dalai Lama says so. We're all here to live in bliss. Otherwise, something is off. So when it's off, just go, okay, where's the right alignment? And come into right alignment. So take a moment and put your hands on your heart. Let's energize them first. Okay. And once again, thank you, everyone who said happy birthday to me. I totally appreciate it. I love the love, and you know I'm all about giving and getting. Give the love and receive the love. All right, so moving these guys. All right, so energize your hands. Put your hands on your heart. Touch yourself. Feel yourself. Feel this dense frequency that you are, that has the ability to love and laugh and live. Okay, so now we're going to take this nice, beautiful heart energy, and we're going to open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. One more time. I open freely to give it away, give it away, give it away. Accept big old bowls with your hands, and embrace, put it in your heart, all that the universe has for me. One more time. I open freely to give, accept, and embrace all that the universe has for me. All of that juicy interconnectedness, all of that interdependence, and all of that togetherness is so beautiful. So thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating yesterday. And now let's celebrate the next elevated thing, which is interdependence and interconnected. So find ways that you can show yourself today that that's true. I mean, sit and sip right there. Whole thing. Interdependent. Okay. interconnected, and wait, in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.